What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining Shooting Gallery New England today. My name is Joe. We got a special treat for you. We're going to be going over how to clean and lubricate the Sig Sauer P322. Let's get down to the bench. I'm going to show you how to disassemble it and clean it using some Aegis gun care. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so before we get into it, let's make sure that this gun is completely safe and we're pointing this in the safe direction. There's no ammunition, there's nothing in the chamber. As you can see right there, the magazine is away from the gun. So for YouTube's purposes, we're going to show you how to safely clean and maintain this firearm. There's going to be no modifications. Everything is done in a safe manner. We're wearing gloves, safety glasses, all the proper PPE. So let's get into the disassembly. Alright guys, so again, one more time, we're going to make sure that there's nothing in the chamber. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it up just like this. Slide back. Now flip it up. And let's see, like that, just like an SR22. These guns are actually pretty sweet to take apart, but just look at how dirty. Look at all that. This gun is a range gun, like I said in the initial review, guys, so please go check that out. I will say this thing is a sweet shooter. That flat face trigger is to die for. So that's pretty much how, it's a fixed barrel, so this is pretty much how you're going to clean and maintain the gun. I wouldn't recommend taking the optic off if you have an optic, and if you do have an optic, I hope you don't have a Sig Romeo Zero, because I think these optics suck. But if you have like a Holosun 507K, you're not going to really get this affected that much. Just keep patches on hand, so we're going to be using some patches. Of course, we got our Aegis gun cleaner and our lubricant. Remember guys, make sure you go over to aegisguncare.com and use code #JoeJuice for 15% off your entire order over at aegisguncare.com. Best stuff in the game. We use it exclusively here at Cape Gunworks. We are at the shop today, so big shout out to Cape Gunworks. I'm going to be filming here on my off hours. And we also got a bore cleaner brush as well. Now, let's get into scrubbing it. I'm going to be trying to make this a rather quick video. So, all in here, hold on the barrel, right here where your sear housing is, where all the magic happens, get that all nice and gooped up. And this is just where you got to be very careful because you do have a red dot. There we go. Just like that. Let that sit for a second. Now, in terms of your magazine, I wouldn't recommend really doing anything with this because this is a plastic magazine. You can see the springs. The only thing I would recommend is taking a quasi-dry brush like I have here. And I've noticed this gets a lot of carbon in the kind of like entrance of the feed ramp. Alrighty. Now, just to make sure, because that can cause some type of malfunction. While I was filming the review, I had some weird mechanical malfunction before I was filming. I was making sure the red dot was zeroed, and the magazine got all like jacked up. So just be careful of that. It's a plastic mag, so just be very careful of it. But we're gonna let this sit for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna get into scrubbing the Sig P322. I keep wanting to say P320 this entire review, but I'm gonna stop myself. So let's wait and come back for scrubbing. Alright guys, so we're gonna get into scrubbing this gun. Really focus on the front of the barrel and the breech because this is where all the explosion happens. And for this gun, it tends to kind of get gunked up right about here, right around here. That's where you're gonna get a lot of your gunk. So you just want to clean that up real nice. This Aegis gun care stuff, guys, is, I swear to God, best damn lubricant or cleaner you can use. This stuff is able to clean the dirtiest of guns. I love using it on these rimfires especially because it breaks up all that excess carbon. The range guys actually do a pretty good job at cleaning these guns too because they get used so much. They have to get cleaned more often than I actually have time to actually clean them. So they do a pretty amazing job. So if you guys are in the Cape Gunworks area at 96 Airport Road, please come by, check us out because I swear you're not going to want to leave. We got this exact gun available on the rental wall right now. Like I said in the original review, this gun is not mass compliant. So at the moment, it's not on the shooting roster, but I can see this gun definitely being on the roster the next time it comes out, which I think is in June. I don't know. They just, whatever they want to grace us with some type of, oh, these are guns you can now have. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so we're going to go on a slide before we get to the barrel, since it's a fixed barrel. Alright, so you want to get all this stuff in again. I don't have one here. If you're really that nervous about your glass, you can put like a patch around it, or get like a makeshift glass like glass protector. You're not going to damage it, so don't worry too much. Didn't mean to bump the camera right there. You can even see the dot. Look at that. On the slide rails. Alrighty. Alright, cool. Put that's down. And again, before we start lubricating, I'm going to take a patch and go through all this. But since it's a rimfire, you want to get the 22 caliber bore brush, breech to muzzle, and there we go. A couple times through. Alright, let's see. That actually looks pretty good. I didn't really need a patch. Alright, I like that. And the good thing is too, guys, since this, it looks like this is a, yep, your thread cap is right here. So you can untwist that, but this is just a quick field strip cleaning and maintenance. But I do want to show you, again, we're using some patches here. Alright, just to see how much stuff this stuff actually gets off. Okay, see all this dirt right here, dirt and grime. Get this all gone. That's what you're pretty much looking at. We have about 100 rounds to it on this range strip, so do that for what you will. I don't even need to put a patch down here. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get into lubrication, then we're going to get back into reassembly. So, stay tuned, guys. Alrighty, so let's get into lubrication. We got the Aegis lubricant, aegisguncare.com, guys. Remember, hashtag JoeJuice, 15% off your entire order over at aegisguncare.com. You can get cleaning kits, hats, t-shirts, lubricant, their gun cleaner. They have their like massive gun cleaning kits that they offer. They're starting to offer these with eyedroppers, so please make sure you get them and show them some love and let them know I sent you. They're good friends of mine. So let's get into some lubrication. Again, guys, this stuff is heavier than water, so if you ever pour this in water, it's going to sink to the bottom. So that means it's going to be a little bit more dense and a little bit more not watery, but it's the lubricity of this is going to be a lot different than, say, like Hoppy's number 9. So when you are done using it, close that lid unless you have the eyedropper. So get all in the sear housing and on the hammer. Look at that, that's good. Now, the one time I always say don't worry about the recoil spring. Since it's captivated on the barrel, this is where you can worry about the recoil spring. Alright, get that in the barrel. Alright, get a couple drops here because this is where there's going to be contact. Alrighty, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a patch in half. If I have my scissors handy too, which I think I do. But I have a knife. Who needs scissors? Alright, so just a little bit of a patch because again it was pretty clean. I used it. Put some lube on that patch. Pop it in here. There we go. Hopefully I don't pop the camera in this. Alright. It's nice and lubricated. Alright, awesome. So that's pretty much all you're gonna need. I'd pop a couple drops right here on the slide rails. That's all you're really gonna need it for. Alright, cool. So let's get to the slide. All right, pop some in here. Again, these gloves make your life a whole lot easier. Get all up in here. Now, your slide rails are kind of in the back this time, and again, just be aware of where you're dropping, because again, you do have an optic, but it's not going to damage the optic at all. I'm going to show you what to do after. Go all up in here. That's where the striker goes. Now take a patch, put it all up in here. Yeah, we're gonna throw a microfiber cloth on this to wipe everything down and make sure it's all nice and tight. Alrighty. There we go. Awesome. So now, if you get a couple drops on the glass, take a clean patch, blot it. You don't have to swipe it because you're gonna leave some smudges, but you are going to be fine. Unless it's really deep in there, then you can look, make sure you're good, and then you'll be all set. So let's get into reassembly real quick. It's pretty simple. All right, you wanna make sure that this is up. Okay. Again, like an SR22, but you don't have that little flap there. Back, forward, flip that down, and you are all set. First comes first. I am the realist. There's a little wrap going over there. All right. Just take your microfiber cloth. Again, we're using some tech mats, guys. I'm gonna leave a link in the description to go check out some tech mats. These things save your life when you're cleaning handguns. Just wipe all the excess off, and then just to be safe, because we want to be safe than sorry, put 1 or 2 drops on the barrel. Flip that around, and you are all set. That is how you clean the Sig Sauer P322. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Again, make sure you check out Aegis Gun Care, and if you're in the Hyannis area or just want to go online, check out Cape Gunworks. You can do that in the .go or the Google machine, whatever you want to do. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay shooting. I'm gonna see you soon. Peace.